Yes! 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 Oh, yeah!
Oh my God, I laughed, I cried.
That is it. The Flash finale, season finale of season 1 of The Flash. We're here in the Stream.tv studios in Hollywood, California, wiping tears away from our eyes after that phenomenal performance by Grant Gustin and the rest of the cast in the final episode of season 1. Hey, what's up, guys? Dylan Landon here in the studio with your BFFs. We got Lauren over here to the right.
Hey, guys.
Who straight up ran her mascara.
I did, it's true. I was like, just involuntarily crying.
And Devon just came out of the bathroom from locking himself in.
I wasn't coming out either.
Yeah.
I was not coming out.
He needed to freshen up for a while.
I did.
And Jack had so much amazing things to say. I think he gets to see you the day before because he's in Dubai. So Jack, we miss you. But what did you guys think about this episode and this entire season? So much to look forward to next time. So you guys know what to do. Use the hashtag #TheFlashAS and let us know your thoughts and, of course, your questions. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, let us know what's good. But it seemed to be a little bit of a conversation of whether Barry should go back in time or not. Why was that such a heated debate, big decision, and not just one way or another?
I think the problem is that no one's ever time traveled that we know of as of yet. So there's a lot of questions as to what exactly happens when you go back in time and try to change something. And, obviously Barry went to all the people that he trusted most and tried to ask their opinions. But at the end of the day, I think we saw that the person that he could trust the most was future him. Who better to know than you in the future?
In a nice red suit.
Yes. Well, all I'm saying is, when it comes to the time travel thing, that's the only time I would say I trusted Thawne. Because remember when he told him the first time, like, don't go change nothing if you go to the past? Like, if you time travel, don't mess with nothing. Like, he is a time traveler. I'm not saying that they know that, but I feel like at that point, were they suspicious at the time?
Yeah, but we can't trust anything that Thawne really
and
says.
this is what I'm thinking though. So they didn't really directly say it in this episode, but when Barry made that wormhole to go back in time, that was the same wormhole that Thawne was going to just then use at that end when he was in that Thawne mobile. I don't even know where'd that even come from?
I don't know. It was just the ball of
Which, by the way, if he has the Speed Force, why does he need that? I'm so confused.
That's the thing. Thawne don't really have the speed. Remember, he used it all up going back in the past.
Okay.
Thawne, in the comic, he siphons the Speed Force from Barry.
So
that's why he needs Barry to be strong,
yeah.
so he can take it and go back to his time.
But see, now that Barry's made the wormhole, isn't that enough for him to go? Like, why does he have to travel in a little bubble?
It was, but if you see, Barry completely shattered that
You
idea.
saw how Barry was like running and he saw himself time. I don't think Thawne can go that fast. I think
he can't. He has to take it from Barry.
Which also brings up another interesting question: is if Barry is that much faster than Thawne, why is it such a fair fight whenever they fight? Like, how does Thawne keep almost beating Barry every time? Okay, Devon. Yeah.
I got to take a breath on that one, okay? Because that's one of the inconsistencies of the show that bothers me. Remember Peekaboo? Yeah, we're going to talk about Peekaboo eventually, but I feel like she wasn't even a threat, okay? Because if he's fast enough to catch that bullet off of his neck after hearing it go off, Peekaboo catching her should not be an issue.
Right.
But same with fighting Thawne. If he has to get the Speed Force from you and you're fast enough to go that far back in time, you shouldn't be an issue, but he obviously is.
For entertainment value. But what would have happened if Barry did go back in time and saved it? So this is what we were deciding in the studio. So like, if Barry went back in time and saved his mom, then that Barry, after 1 minute and 52 seconds, goes back to the present time. Everything stays the same. He's still the Flash, and everything's all good. And then the child version of Barry has his own alternate reality where he grows up with both parents. That's one theory.
Right.
The other theory is that as soon as he gets back to after 152, back to the present time, the whole world is different. Now, is he even the Flash anymore at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, like we were saying from Flashpoint Paradox, he's not the Flash when he saves his mom. And then like the whole Thomas Wayne Batman, and then like Cyborg works for the government, Superman crash lands somewhere else for Smallville. Like it's a ripple effect. And it was like the Atlanteans fighting the Amazonians. Like it was terrible. Yeah, terrible. I mean, I doubt they're gonna take it to that extent, but what I see them doing is like if he did save her, like you said, come back to his time, nothing's changed, but the alternate timeline starts for the boys.
I think that would be great, and I think that makes a lot of sense, and that's what they could have done. What I also think is like, let's say that alternate reality happens in the past for young Barry. Eobard is still there, so maybe he still creates the Flash anyway.
Barry.
So now the Flash gets to be brought up. Now Barry has both parents, has a nice life, and then becomes the Flash too. It's like jackpot.
Well, here's the thing though: is with you know, how, oh my God, I'm totally drawing a mind blank on right now. Our favorite cop who's dating Iris.
Eddie.
Thank you. Oh my God, mind
wait,
blanked on his name for a second.
We're
oh
gonna
my
take
goodness.
back that favorite cop comment. Okay, you're
Well,
gonna take that back.
now.
We're gonna take it
Who
back.
else? Okay, because you like Joe the best?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
But
All right,
Eddie,
fine.
Eddie did kill
No,
himself.
I mean, which by the way, mind blowing. I was like yelling at the screen. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect.
And since he killed himself, I guess that debunks the theories of Cobalt Blue
Yes.
that we were all
He ain't gonna
pondering
be
about.
Cobalt Blue.
He ain't gonna be in Flash season 2, unless he gets sucked into that
So wait,
wormhole.
so wait.
No, unless they go
Survive.
back in time and they redo that part again, because with Eobard Thawne dying, how does that also mess up the
So
timeline?
that was a big twist that we saw. Eddie pull the old Looper, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Bruce Willis action from Looper. Yeah, that was great.
Right.
Check out that film, Ryan Johnson.
Oh, that was a great movie.
It was.
Nice,
Great
good
movie.
film. So now, and so when Eobard was telling Eddie that, you know, there's nothing written in the history books about you, this is kind of why, because he just
He kills
ends his
himself.
life pretty early, and then he became a hero in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
But is this the end we see of Reverse Flash now? And then, like, was that the right move for Eddie to do?
I mean, it's hard to say because,
I'm like, what?
like you
I
said,
don't know.
taking out Eobard also affects the timeline because there's still that whole lineage that's not going to.
But that's
That's what I'm
exactly
saying.
that's exactly what Eobard just said. He's like, you know, I've been here this whole time.
Right,
You're
now what
doing
are you
these
gonna
things,
do?
Now what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Now it's-
And I mean, so it's one of those things like, who knows really what's going to happen? I mean, as far as the end of Reverse Flash, we might get a Hunter Zolomon next, you know, because we will have
Or there
Grodd.
are more.
you
Isn't
know?
that crazy to think that sometimes in life the person that you need most more than anyone is your mortal enemy?
Mm-hmm.
And it really actually is interesting to think, just like on a personal note or like psychological note, that the people who make you the best or the people who make you who you are your worst adversaries
Yes,
in life,
they
the
are your
biggest obstacles
opposites.
that you have to overcome. And I just think that that's actually way to go CW for putting those serious moral challenges in there for our
What is
youngsters.
he gonna do for work? No more season 2. I mean, hopefully he's got this whole season of reel to send around. Hope his agent gets to work.
I just want to say that out of that wormhole came a Jay Garrick hat.
Yes.
We're not gonna act like that shit didn't just
So
pop out
this
of nowhere.
Yeah.
actually, you know, set up some Easter eggs for us. Well, this whole idea, the conversation started with Eobard letting Cisco know that you are a metahuman as well, and Cisco's
Loved
like, no,
that.
oh my
Loved
God.
that scene. That
Which was
scene
like
was
a kind
awesome.
of reaction that like is surprising, because then wouldn't he normally be like, yes,
Yes,
sounds good.
yeah.
But then he mentions that Rip Hunter would be proud. So who's Rip Hunter?
That is Booster Gold's son. He's one of the like Time Force Police or whatever it was, which we're gonna see in League of Tomorrow, I think it's called.
So
Legends
do
of
we
Tomorrow.
not think that
Yeah.
he's Vibe then? We think that maybe
Well, the
he's
thing is,
someone else?
he could be Vibe, but I don't think Vibe was a psychic. He was
Yeah.
like, I would equate him to like the Shocker in Spider-Man. Like he had like the sonic wave, like earthquake type ability. But yeah, I don't think he
See,
was.
but I
much of
don't
a
think that's
psychic.
necessarily what he was meaning. Like, I was thinking that he was saying that anyone who has, like, this special powers can kind of just be more in tune. Like, if any of them were to travel into a different alternate
Yeah.
timeline, that they would also remember it. That it's not necessarily a psychic ability,
Oh, okay.
that it's just simply, like, because they are affected and they're metahumans, that
And
they
then
have that ability
maybe
to
he'll
sense.
remember stuff that's not necessarily about just him. Maybe
Yeah.
like he'll have a vision of what's going on around him from other timelines that
Yeah.
could help move forward. And then we see the helmet from Jay Garrick. Now that helmet though is the original Flash's helmet, but then isn't there a future Flash that also rocks that helmet?
I think
am I
it is.
mistaken?
No, you might be
Yeah.
right. I think it is one that brings it back, but that's like
Yeah,
in the
that's like
future.
even like a whole
That's
nother,
past
like-
Bart Allen, past that time. But I mean,
But why did that helmet come through?
I think what they're trying to tell us is that wormhole was actually like the opening of the Speed Force. And I know Jay Garrick and another speedster was trapped in, I think Savitar, another one, is actually trapped in the Speed Force. That might be what they're hinting at. Like maybe there was a pre-Flash and all that kind of
Right.
thing. So that would be pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know. Or it could just be a ripple effect of Thawne killing himself. Like I don't really know, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
But I thought it was badass seeing that helmet. I'm glad the skates didn't fall out too, because Jay Garrick started off with some ugly ass little tie-on skates. We're not gonna talk about those.
Well,
but
I
I'm
feel
glad
like
they didn't
they,
have those
in
no
this
more.
finale, they've definitely set up season 2 with a lot of new storylines and new twists that are going to happen. First of
Yeah.
all, I mean, I honestly don't even think that we've seen the last of the Reverse Flash. I think that because of that little nugget of a line that he said, saying, I've been here this whole time, I think that they're going to somehow have to bring him back because they're going to realize that things are not going to work out for some reason or another without him.
And then, with that being said, now we just lost 2 main characters
Yeah.
from the whole
Yeah.
show. That's like a big change. So, they'll probably maybe do flashbacks and flash forwards and
Right.
stuff. But thank you guys for hanging out with us all season long. You guys have
Yeah.
been amazing. You guys watching us, commenting.
We love
and,
you guys.
All our friends over at the Flash Arrow Power Hour podcast and Infinite Comics and comicbook.com. And I'm going to get through this really fast.
Yeah, keep going.
Speedforce.org,
You're on a roll.
flashfans.org, The Flash Podcast, and Geekly Rocks. Thank you so much. And don't forget Flash TV Talk. You can check them out at flashtvtalk.com for their quick show after this. And a lot unanswered questions going into season 2, so the writers are going to have to do their thing. I'm glad Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg came on the screen at the end of there to introduce themselves to you guys. So what do you think they were thinking about when they had Barry going up to this black hole? Like, what is he trying to do? What
Yeah, I
could
mean,
he
nothing
do?
escapes a black hole. There's nothing that is...
Yeah, I mean, Flash, you my boy. I'm not really sure what he's going to do with the black hole. I know there was an episode of Justice League where he ran towards the black hole, but he had a device and he threw it in and it shut it off, but like he was the only one able to go fast enough. Like Superman actually hit us with the, I can't fly that fast. Duh. You're not the fastest man alive.
So who would be like an ideal superhero to help out in this scenario? Maybe someone shows up.
I mean, we saw Hawkgirl. That was the other Easter egg I was
Yes.
thinking of. We saw Hawkgirl. She'd be kind of useless in this. We're gonna fly up to it and hit it with a mace? I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
But this is be a time for somebody like, I'm trying to keep it DC order, like Green Lantern Corp. You know, this is the kind of stuff that they battle.
Intergalactic.
Yeah, intergalactic type level. I mean, if it was Marvel, it'd be like Silver Surfer-esque type stuff to like shut off a black hole.
Who we had here in the studio last week.
Yeah.
So we would need Doug Jones to go up there and stick his finger in it, you know?
Well,
That
if we
might
hope,
shut it
fingers
up.
crossed, you know.
I know, right?
Hope, fingers crossed.
So it's hard to say, but I mean, he was trying to say it's like the tornado, but it's like, nah, bruh, it's not nothing like a tornado.
No.
And he just ran up to it, and I don't know, they had me until that
I
point.
think he's going to try to just figure it out when he gets there, which is like a crazy
Well, I
little
think he's
plan.
just going to run circles around it when he gets there like he started
Slow
to.
it down
Or
something.
maybe it sucks him in, he goes back to another alternate time universe, and that's
And
how the
then gets
reverse
back-
Flash
and then
comes
gets
back.
back to,
It's
like,
like a reset button.
Oh, maybe it will be.
Whoa,
We
boom!
might get an Earth 2.
You know what I'm saying? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Can we just go
Air
around the
high five,
room
Devon?
and do our reactions of when Eddie shot himself?
Oh my God, let's do it.
Let's go a close up on Lauren.
I was like,
Wait, let's wait for your close
Oh.
up. There we go. Great. Devon, when Eddie shot himself.
Realistically, I was like, oh, yeah, finally. I was like, oh, Barry, Iris is all yours, bruh. Go for it. Now you don't even have to feel like any tragedy of it. He ain't coming back.
Well, you guys had some crazy reactions. Why
oh
don't
wait,
you
don't
take-
know. You have to do your reaction. Don't
I'm
try
like-
to wiggle out of that one. Okay.
Oh no. Yes, that was it.
I will
if you
say-
guys want to take some selfies of how you reacted,
Yeah.
send it our
Send it to
way.
us.
Send it our way, and then we'll flash them up on the screen a little bit later on. And don't forget to send us your questions using the Flash AS hashtag. Yes, Devon.
I do want to say that I feel like they did do the Flashpoint Paradox timeline, but they completely skipped, like, you know, where you see the alternate universe with Thomas Wayne and all that, and went straight to where Barry comes back and stops himself from saving his mom. And instead of him like...
That was a great moment.
I know,
Yeah.
that was my favorite part of it.
It really was. It
Besides
was
all the
good.
tears, the John Wesley Snip and all that, like, cool, that was great. But like when he stopped and saw himself and said, hold up.
Yeah, what movie did that remind us of? When he was
Hold
like,
up, wait a minute.
oh, in Man of Steel, dog. In Man of Steel, when
Oh
Kevin
yeah, when he
Costner's
stopped
like,
him. But like that right there, and I felt Barry's pain because he just listened to his mother die.
know.
Yeah.
Like it's hard enough to listen
Well,
to
I think
it.
that just says that Barry was doubting it a little bit going into it because as soon as he was like that, the dude was just like.
Of course he was
"Can't do it."
doubting it. He was on the edge the whole entire time. He was like, yes, no, yes, no. I mean, I don't think that there's anything much stronger than, you know, your love for your parents, especially your mother. And this has been something that's haunted him his entire life. So it is definitely the strongest pull for him as a character. But I mean, I think that with everyone else in his life having to give all that up, I think when he realized that he wouldn't actually maybe grow up with Iris
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Joe.
you know
and
what? Your life is the way it is. You're already 25 years old. You have a great life, and he says, "I have everything I ever wanted." So it's kind of just a personal journey for him to fill out.
But like
fill
you said,
out.
Lolo, I mean, who you gonna listen to other than your future
Than
self?
your future self. That's
And-
the only person that could have told him not to do it because everyone else, you know, the mother's bond, you know, he
I
had
thought
to
the
do it.
mom was gonna do it from the preview last week. I thought
Yeah.
he was about to pull her out, and she was like.
Yeah.
Our friends over at Infinite Comics, they just texted us right now, and they're like, "What do you guys think's gonna happen next year?" So, what do you guys think's gonna happen next year? Send us your predictions using the hashtag FlashAS. And I don't even think it's written at all yet. Everyone's taking a vacation, well deserved.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's like at least rough drafted.
So, what do you think what do you think their board looks like?
I don't know, but all I know is that it probably is going to include the rogues, like a full rogues gallery. Grodd's going to be coming back.
I think
we're
we're gonna see
not going
Grodd.
to act like we ain't going to see him again.
Yeah.
He might have some armor next time. Okay, we're probably going
Armor.
to see Vibe and Killer Frost. All right. Barry might don the Scarlet Speedster suit, the Crimson
Caitlin, the actress that plays Caitlin,
Snow.
Danielle
Panabaker.
she confirmed she will be Killer Frost in
Bang.
a separate article. So.
Yeah.
What would you like to see?
Oh man, hard to say. I mean, I think though, to go to your question about do the writers have it planned, absolutely. I mean, there's so many twists and turns in this storyline. I don't think that there's any way that they may not have the scripts written yet, but they definitely know where it's going. I don't think that there's any way you can't write a script like this with so many different parts to it that can be so confusing without knowing where you're going to end up.
Well, Grant Gustin, he actually came out and said where he wants to see the character Barry Allen go, and he said in season 2 he wants to be a little bit more confident, even a little cocky with his powers, and just feeling more super heroic and not doubting himself. And
yeah, he does doubt himself a lot for saving the world.
And
as
that's
much
what he
as
says. So season 2, nah, I'm gonna be a straight up hero dog, and we're just gonna like do it when things come. I'm gonna go take action. But let us know what you want to see. And you guys know how to do that by hitting us up on Twitter or right now in the comments, and of course the handle and hashtag #TheFlashAS. We're at thestream.tv, and we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna get to your Twitter questions and YouTube comments. So don't go anywhere.
I'm in all kinds of emotions right now, guys.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell her go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
All right, we are back rocking here in the studio, and so are you guys, because we got over 400 people out there right now hanging out with us. So tell your friends, come on down and join the party. But I got to read this tweet right now from James Burley on April 28th. He said, at Jack Hind, could we see Eddie sacrifice himself to completely prevent Eobard from being born, thus keeping the cycle continuing, or whatever? That was like 99% right. So James Burley, another round of applause for you, James.
Well, I think
Way to
we're
go.
actually like 100% right.
Yeah.
'cause
Well,
that's what happened.
But what is keeping the cycle? No, I just don't understand the born, thus keeping the cycle continuing.
I don't know.
That line.
I don't know that.
So besides that line, everything was 100% right. So I'm gonna give you a 99.9% right. So awesome job, James. Some of your fan questions that you guys want to know comes from Aiden Martin. Do you think Barry will have identity problems next season and moving forward like Oliver does? Hashtag notice little things, hashtag #TheFlashAS.
What do you mean identity problems? Like why?
Well, here's the thing. Eobard Thawne is now dead. He knew who Barry Allen was, but maybe Snart knows who Barry Allen is.
Well, of course Snart does.
Yeah, so
Remember he called him by his name.
So this is what we're saying. Do you think maybe he's gonna have to maybe people will start blogging like, oh, Barry Allen's the Flash.
See, I mean, that just if it gets the circle that knows the info right now, I doubt it's
They're
gonna
not
put it
gonna
out
say
there.
anything.
It's either the close family he
Doesn't
has there or like
behoove them
Snart.
to like.
Doesn't behoove them?
Does not behoove them.
Well, John Johnston Coney wants to know, with the talks of a Flash crossover with Supergirl, do you think they will be introducing more cosmic DC characters like Green Lantern, Flash AS? Well, we know from last
Going
week
right
what
to
happened last
Devon.
week.
This is what you were talking about before, saying that they would be the ones to deal with the black hole and more cosmic stuff. So.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And plus, they've been hinting at Ferris, like the Ferris Air, whatever they called it. They've been hinting at the Green Lantern and Hal Jordan for the longest time. And like they said last week, like the test pilot that disappeared. Oh, bam.
Wow, Dimitri Magoulis is saying Flash Rebirth. Is that a storyline in the comics?
That is a storyline in the comics.
Please shed light.
Oh, I gotta re-up on that a little bit. That's going in there. That was right before they did New 52. Flash Rebirth was going on, and I think with that one they used Barry Allen. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I think during that duration, I think that's when Barry Allen turned into the Black Flash. Again, correct me if I'm wrong.
Whoa, what's the Black Flash?
Now you're really going to play the Flash.
Yeah.
Okay, now, no, it's not that kind of Black Flash. I wish, guys. But no, Black Flash is like the Grim Reaper of Flashes. He's the Speed Force's Grim Reaper. Death can't keep up with him. They can run through time. They outrun everything.
Wow.
But Death can catch them as the Black Flash. And I think that's where, Barry Allen became the Black Flash and started like having to, and Wally West took the mantle again. It was both of them going at it. I think that was the rebirth
So
time.
wait, it's a Flash going around killing other Flashes?
No, it's like
he's correcting the time.
The Grim Reaper of the
He's
Flash.
like correcting time, keeping the time, timeline in check.
Can't imagine he's very popular among his cohorts.
No, I mean, no, he doesn't really have any cohorts. He's the Black Flash. Black Flash. He's like a skeleton.
2013 Vengeance asked, yo guys, what's your pros and cons of the season, Lauren? Pros and cons. Pros and cons and pros and cons and pros and cons.
Man, rough. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I've just been like, slapped in the face after that last episode. There's so much going on. I'd say actually that would probably be my con, is that sometimes it is a little hard to keep up with everything that's going on, and I actually really enjoy it when they take a moment to really delve into one storyline a little bit deeper, because I feel like it gives you a little more perspective on the characters and makes you care about them more. So that would be my con. My pro is that, on the other hand of that is that you get to see all of these awesome new characters join the series. And I do really think that it's cool that, I know Devon may disagree with me, but sometimes having it be not exactly like the comics makes it exciting, especially for people who are like you, who know it so well, so that you're not just seeing something that you've read exactly come to life on the screen. So I do enjoy when the CW writers take liberty and do their own thing.
Lauren,
yes.
Can we promote your song real quick?
Let's do it!
Lauren's got a video out right now. Tell us about it.
Yeah, awesome. Hey guys, so my video, I shot it with a bunch of Red Bull Global Rallycross celebrity race car drivers, which airs on NBC. It's a series just like Formula One or NASCAR.
And it's very super heroic. That's why I wanted to bring it up. So guys, check that out. What's it called?
It's called Danger Zone.
Yes, thank you.
So be like Barry Allen, enter the danger zone on the regs. Or with
guys.
me.
Check that out for Lauren. Devon, pros and cons of the season?
My pro of the season, I got to see the Flash on TV again, like the 90s. So you got to see him again. That's all I needed. That's my pro. My con is that villains like Peekaboo existed, and they actually gave him some trouble when he's the fastest man alive, and he will beat the shit out of you at super speed. I don't think that was much of an issue. That's just one of my cons. But again, the pros outweigh the cons because I get to see the Flash again coming back for season 2.
Oh.
The other thing I'll say to that, Devon, is he is learning. So I think that sometimes his biggest problem, and this goes back to what you were saying about how Grant Gustin wants to be more confident the next series, the only thing that was holding Barry Allen back is Barry Allen. Simply the fact that he didn't know how good he was or how fast he was is the reason why I think that he couldn't, necessarily catch Peekaboo at all times.
Well, he'll get there, and that's what they were saying, how more of the cocky confident is the characteristic of Wally West, but Barry Allen as a hero is older normally than a 25-year-old, young man. So now he's growing into himself, he's learning about himself, and he's gonna have a little fun. He's 25, you got superheroes, superpowers, gonna have a little bit of fun. For me, pros and cons, I loved the special effects on this show. It was like epic. It was like movie quality, the fight scenes, it really felt really big budget and not cheap at all, and better than a lot of stuff you see out there. A con for me is that each episode, sometimes it's just like put out on a silver platter for us, and like every episode ends with like all its questions answered. So I like when sometimes you're really stunned or you're worried about like, oh my God, who's gonna be this? Like I loved when he had Everyman, the copycat guy, when Eobard set him up. That was like a big twist. The writing was really epic on that.
By the way, I love how you say that, and they've always kind of buttoned it up, except for in the season finale where they leave you with the cliffhanger.
Now we got the whole year to be like, oh God, so he's going to the black hole.
It's actually the one thing Dylan said is he's like, they better not leave this as a cliffhanger, and they did.
And they did.
Well, I think they're coming back in October, they say?
Oh, full season. Yeah, they'll be back in the fall. And we're actually going to be back next week for a very special Flash Awards edition of the Flash After Show. So guys, take this week to keep sending us your comments. If you want to see a category like Best Makeout Session, which probably would not be a category because that doesn't really happen on the Flash. But you guys get the idea.
We need more makeouts.
Best hero, best villain, best moment, best fight, etc., etc. Let us know. Devon, you have any shout-outs?
I do. I mainly got a shout-out first off, Lil Timmy. You rock, little homie. You rock, man. I got a shout-out from Argentina.
Whoa.
At
Like
Martoon Ton. What's up, big homie? 2 happy birthdays to at Adriano B86 and at Flash Fan City. And then lastly, at Peter R. Stellato and at More Motivated. Stay motivated, homie.
Stay up, man. Stay up, Lauren.
Oh no, I have none right now. I was trying to like look at them and
Okay,
I don't have them up
we got
yet.
Dames 27. We got New Age Titan. Oh, what up, man? Been around. Dog
He has been
Dimitri.
around for a minute.
Oh wait, I got some now
Ken
when you're done.
Fagan. What up, man? 94 Beyond. What up? Lido. What's up, man? So guys, we're gonna miss you after next week, but this caps off season 1 of the after shows. Guys, we might have pros and cons about the after show. Let us know in the comments. Tweet us what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. We want to see more of you. So obviously throughout the season, just keep sending us like your photos of you guys hanging out watching the show, and keep us posted about what you're doing this year. And if you go to a Comic-Con or something like that, like we'll let you know. Let us know if you'll be there
Basically,
too.
we like hearing from you guys because you're awesome.
Final thought.
I'm just gonna miss you guys, and I'm gonna miss you guys. Seriously, I love Tuesdays. I love coming in here and chatting with you guys through the cyberspace and hanging out with these fools.
Well, yes, make sure you stay up on all of our social media accounts.
Yeah.
We got Elsie Mayhew over here.
That's right.
Got Devon D. Stewart.
That's the one.
And I'm at Dylan from Brooklyn because, guys, we're always working on projects. Might even be doing more stuff here at the stream, so stay posted on that. And like I said, keep sending us some notes and details that you want to see next week for our Flash Awards. And I guess that just
That's it.
puts a button.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna start crying. Don't do that. Don't do that. I can't do that. No, I can't. I'm gonna start crying. Jesus Christ.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out all season long. It's been amazing for all of us. We've had the best time ever, and it's been like a full school year with you guys. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week for the Flash Awards. Season 1, The Flash After Show here at thestream.tv in the books. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Love you. See you
Mwah.
next week. Real quick, though. Bye.
I'm gonna lock myself.
If you want to see more of the Flash After Show, click that button and subscribe to thestream.tv.